Yeah, we did not play our best football today. Let's make no mistake about it. A lot of errors, a lot of penalties, a lot of turnovers, but it was against a really, really good team. I told our team this, and I have way too much respect for winning. And to win a game like we won today against that's a really good team. And I promise you, at the end of the year, SMU will be one of the teams that's really highly thought of. But to find a way to win, we needed a game like that. I got a lot of respect for the way our guys fought, the resiliency they showed being down. You know, these guys never flinched, never looked at the scoreboard. Obviously, we got a lot of things to get cleaned up on offense. It starts with me with the penalties. I'll get that corrected. But it sure feels good to be 3-0, all right? To be 3-0. The Terps showed great effort. I have no problem with how we played a game of football. We played for 60 minutes. We kept fighting. Our defense may have gave up some yardage, but when we needed stops, they got us stops. I thought our offense imposed their will on that drive to take the lead, where we just lined up, and I continue to talk about how our O-line is a much improved group. Would have loved to see us finish on the field there, that last drive, and not give it back to them. But again, I'm proud of our guys. We're 3-0, and now we got to turn the page in 24 hours and get ready for league play. And with that, I'll open up to any questions about the penalties.
Mike, could you expand on the effort and the execution tonight defensively, the 4 takeaways, 2 of which led to scores, another which prevented one, another which sealed the game?
Yeah, again, if you turn and look at the stats, you're going to say, man, our defense didn't play well. But I'm going to just tell you, we knew going in that this was an offense that could get yardage. They were explosive. Number 11 is a really good player. The quarterback's a great player. But when we needed to make stops, our defense made stops. And here's the thing that doesn't go unnoticed by us. When we turned it over, our change of possession defense was phenomenal. And that's what, to me, gave us an opportunity. After the fumble, we held them and missed the field goal, or held them to a field goal. When Kobe McDonald had his fumble, they had a missed field goal. So, again, they did a lot of bending but never broke. We didn't flinch. You know, there's some things we got to get cleaned up, and I will make sure after this 24 hours of enjoying and respecting how hard it is to win, especially against good teams, we'll get in and we'll start getting these things corrected.
Coach, the decision on 4th and 9, I guess, near midfield to go for it, what went into that, and talk a little bit about the play Corey made, the guy across the line again.
Again, that's the effort, and I can tell you right now, our team's effort for 3 games has been exactly what we want out of our team. Obviously, with how explosive their offense was, giving them the ball back, you know, we wanted to go for it on 4th down a couple of times. We got penalized there where we had to end up punting. But Corey showed great effort. Obviously, we use analytics like everybody else does, where, you know, based on field position, time of game, and score, we had a good play. We went into it. I told Dan he knew we had 2 down territory once we got there. Corey made a hell of a play. Leah did a great job buying some time, and that effort showed up on that play, and it was a huge, huge play for us.
Sorry, over here. To be the person to ask about penalties, but on the topic of, did you sense the players at the sideline getting frustrated at all through any of that? And if so, how did you manage that? How did they manage kind of that spiral?
It got a little chippy. You know, our receivers and their DBs. I mean, my rule of thumb is we don't talk to the other team. We don't talk to the officials. I mean, to me, that's just not who we're gonna be. And it's a little chippy out there. And again, those are selfish penalties. When you get a penalty for throwing a ball in the guy's face and, you know, responding because the guy stepped on your foot on purpose, I mean, a lot of it was the back and forth of how it goes. But we've got to show maturity. We got to show the discipline that it takes to walk away and play within the next play, so that we can not get dumb penalties, selfish penalties.
Coach, I wanted to ask you about the play Bo Grade today. Probably the best performance so far of his career, at least his young career starting games. What did you see from him and really the safety group as a whole with him?
We got 2 young leaders that have really shown up for us big. You know, Dante Trader and Bo, really smart, tough, reliable players, man. And today, Bo played with the physicality that we want our team to play with. He made big time interception there when we needed it. You know, Dante also had big plays, so you know it's good to see those guys are getting better with each game, and we don't need it as we head into league play. But the leadership that those 2 guys show really kind of helped settle down things. I mean, we knew we were going to face tempo. We had to handle it with poise and confidence, and those guys, for the most part, got us lined up correctly.
I know going into league play, obviously a big step forward for you guys. You talk about the penalties and the struggles, but for the third straight week, you guys doing what you need to do to get a W. How do you balance both of those things, and how close do you think this team is ready to getting into league play? I know they have to be.
Yeah, I mean, we've had three great opportunities. We had an early road game against an out-of-conference opponent. We had one of the better teams and not in our conference come in here and give us a hell of a showing. Again, I got a lot of respect for the SMU coaches, their team, and but for us, I respect winning. I'm gonna enjoy it for the next 24 hours. We'll get on the film. Obviously, there's a lot of things to get corrected, and it starts with me getting it corrected. But really looking forward to us as we enter into league play. The opponent doesn't matter. It's still going to be the things I keep talking about. It's Terps versus Terps, and if we can handle, we won a game with how we played today. Imagine if we can get that stuff cleaned up, how good we could be.
Hey, Coach. How did it feel to get a win, especially in the night game, in front of an increased amount of fans tonight?
Yeah, I've got to definitely. Our student section came out big for us. They stayed for 4 quarters for the most part, and with it being we knew it was going to be a 4-quarter game. I was happy to see kind of the support we got from outside, and I know we've been pleading and begging, and I hope our supporters, our fans, and everybody understand that we're building something here special. Not even close to scratching the surface to how good we can be, but today I think we took a step forward as a team, and I thought we took a step forward as Terp Nation by showing up and staying for 4 quarters, the people that came.
Hey Coach, Talia ran the ball a lot more today than he had the first 2 weeks, and he seemed a little more amped up than usual after some plays. Did you sense kind of an increased demeanor from him, with the atmosphere and the tightness of the game?
As I said before, he's a work in progress with the emotional maturity we want to see out of him. But at the same time, I don't want to take away that enthusiasm, that thing that makes him Leah. But definitely like for us to get back to neutral. We oftentimes say that every play is a 4 to 6 second shelf life and it dies. We need to get on to the next one. I do think as a team, we probably played a little more emotional, which is where, every time we start being emotional, that's where you see the selfish penalties show up. We got to get those things corrected. I was proud of the way that he continued to lead us and make plays when we needed them to make them.
Hey Mike, how important was Roman Hemby for you guys tonight? Not only rushing, but he seemed to be a great outlet in the passing game when SMU was able to key on your receivers a little bit and prevent some of those opportunities downfield.
And a great job in protection. The big pass to Rock, they brought edge pressure, and Roman stepped up and really did a good job in all 3 phases, which, going into the season, when we made the decision to start him, it was because of his ability in the running game, obviously big play threat. In the passing game, the ability to kind of win in routes versus linebackers, but then he showed even more so the ability to protect our quarterback. And really proud of the way he's continued to play that whole running back room in general. They've got a bright future.
Coach, you made a big impact early, but went down. Do you have a stats update on Ruben play after tonight?
Yeah, still haven't gotten the update on him. I know we went out early. The best thing that for us that happens is that we play a lot of players on defense, and obviously when you lose a leader and the production that Ruben brings to the table, it was good to see Ahmad really step up, make plays. Fanaje coming off of his injury, played a lot more plays. Jay Sean Barham, the freshman, is really growing up and having to grow up fast, and even Jeremy Spraggins came in, so we got great depth there. So obviously we don't want to lose Ruben Hippolyte. But I really like the way that the other guys kind of came together and picked up the slack with his loss. Thanks, guys.